Pressure mounting on the White House today to take action on our southern border. The president is expected to ask Congress for billions of dollars to deal with the women and children pouring in from Central America. One way the money would be used reportedly is to expedite legal processing of these children required by a 2008 law. But another report suggests the Obama administration will stop short of changing policy to ensure that this happens. We wanted to talk a little bit about this with Judge Andrew Napolitano, our Fox News senior judicial analyst. So that's an interesting question, Judge. If money goes towards this issue, this problem,
right,
is that enough to expedite legal processing, or do you need a policy change of some sort?
Well, if you want to prevent minors from being pushed over the border, many of them, very high percentage, between 75 and 80% without their parents or without an adult of any sort with them, the only way to prevent that is to stop them at the border. Now, the President of the United States, I would argue, has taken an oath to uphold the laws. And among those laws are you cannot just walk over the border. Whether you think people should be able to walk over the border or not, that is not the law at the present time. But this president, as we all know, has a habit of enforcing only the laws he likes and not enforcing the laws he doesn't. Because, you see, once they get in the United States, even a tippy toe over the border, then the Constitution protects them. So what does the Constitution grant them? It grants them due process, meaning if you want to kick them out, they're entitled to a trial. It grants them equal protection, meaning if they financially would qualify for the welfare state that we have here, they get all that. They get food, shelter, clothing, health care, education, and legal services.
Even while waiting and being in the country illegally.
Yes. The only way the president could stop this effectively is to prevent them from getting here by instructing the Border Patrol not to let them pass. So
that would be the key to stopping this, because once they get in the country, the legal processing, again, could take several years of time. So,
and it will cost a fortune in taxpayer dollars, because each of these human beings, each one is entitled to his or her own deportation hearing.
But due process in a reasonable time frame, right? I mean, is that part of this? If the president says that this issue has to be dealt with, the children have to be dealt with and processed within 60 days, for example.
That would be impossible.
Could that be enforced? That would be impossible.
That would be impossible without hiring hundreds, maybe even thousands of immigration judges and prosecutors, and finding the space in which to hold these trials. And that brings us to the question
of the day, because we're hearing that the president is going to ask Congress for billions of dollars. We were hearing $2 billion. Now we're not even sure if it's going to be higher than that, perhaps. Is that enough money to expedite, in your legal opinion?
Absolutely not.
It would not be enough. How much money would you need?
Well, I don't know what the answer is, but here's the scope of the problem, Jenna. There are over 11 million illegal aliens in the United States of America today subject to deportation. The President of the United States, on his own, has told them how to stay here, what to do in order to avoid deportation. So he's basically told them how to get away with breaking the law. He's given them 13 things they can do. These are good things, like get a job, learn English, get a high school education, pay taxes. But these are his things. These are not what's in the law.
That's interesting. It goes to the 2011 deferred deportation policy of the president. According to the administration, though, anyone that would qualify for that would have to be in this country, living in this country illegally since 2007. So they're saying that doesn't actually apply here, and it's the Bush law of 2008 that has to make sure that these children have due process. That's the reason why their hands are tied and they can't process these children faster.
I would argue that either the intended or unintended, because I don't know what's in the president's heart or in his head, effect of him saying, hey, you 11 million, do these things and I won't deport you. The effect of that is this massive dumping of children over the border, because the parents of those children know that the kids are not going to be deported.
But if you're pointing at the president saying his unintended consequences of that policy is what we're seeing now, then is it the president only himself that can solve this issue?
Yes. The president could solve it with, as he likes to say, a pen or a telephone. Call the head of the Border Patrol and say, don't let any more in. Once they come in, Constitution protects them. Before they come in, we have nothing to do with them.
Judge Naps, always great to see you.